I'm Janeane. This is KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine, and this is Get the Funk Out. Standing by to join me is Starr Parodi, and she's an honoree of the 2021 She Rocks Awards, and she's joining us right now.
Hey, Janeane, how are you?
Good. No, normally I would get to meet you in person on the red carpet and at the events, but this is the next best thing.
I know we don't have to deal with traffic, but it would be way better to meet in person.
I know. I know. So what did you think when you were being honored at this event?
Well, to me, it's such a great honor because it's by women for women, and it also encompasses women who are really, out there performing, but also behind the scenes. And I love the scope of the different kinds of women that are being honored for the different things that they're doing. So it's just an amazing group, and I just feel so excited about it.
It's an amazing event. I have been part of the event for so many years now. Give me a sense of your backstory. I put your information on my show blog, but I mean, you were on the Arsenio Hall show. When did you first know music was for you? As a child?
It was around a young teenager, and I had a little, troubled spate going on,
Mm-hmm.
and music kind of saved me. And I feel like I just started really practicing piano in earnest, and then got into writing, scoring to picture. And it's been a many faceted road because I love so many different aspects of music.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been a journey, but a really wonderful one.
It's amazing. And music does save us, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, it
Especially right now.
does. We need it more than ever now. I think people don't know how much they need it until, try watching a film without music,
Right.
or try just listening to talking all the time. The
Exactly.
music is expresses more than a million words could say.
I always try to tell people about flow in positive psychology, and there's that zone you get into. When did you know like that was your zone, getting into music and what it was doing to you? How were you feeling at a young age?
It's so funny that you say that. It's kind of like a runner's high,
Yes,
right?
yes,
You're running and all of a sudden you don't feel your legs anymore, and you realize you've
exactly.
gone a few miles or
Yeah.
many miles. I think it's the same. I think that piano has always been kind of my touchstone. I have
Hmm.
a really special piano too that I didn't get right away. Obviously, I got it as I was more of an adult and a professional, but it still has the MGM sound tag on it from being in the MGM studios in the late 20s and 30s. You can,
Oh my gosh, is
yeah,
that the one?
that's the one. And it said that the Wizard of Oz was recorded on this piano, the
Oh,
music.
come on.
And so, like, there's something about this particular piano. I think have gotten in the zone ever since I've really been doing music. But when I sit down at this piano, there's something about the overtones and the way that it feels, and just the way that it kind of touches me, that
Mhm.
really almost puts me into a meditative state
Oh,
sometimes.
I believe it. I believe it. And just knowing who has been part of that piano in the past and the magic it's brought to people, and you're part of that.
I know. I mean, I pinch myself that I somehow found this piano, or it found me. It's funny, on the piano keyboard, there's the keys, and underneath it, if you put your hands under there, you can feel gum from all the studio, musicians that probably were on the MGM stage at that time,
Yeah.
and just took their gum out and stuck it under the
Stick it
piano.
under there and
And I've had some work done on the piano, and they started to scrape off the gum, and I said, no, don't scrape off the gum, you have to leave the gum. you
that's
know
amazing. You want to leave it.
yeah,
I
oh,
like that. Yeah.
I love it. They scraped off a few pieces, but there's still a few pieces
You never
there.
know whose gum that is.
I know, it's lacquered over. I mean, it doesn't feel like gum anymore, but
Okay.
it's nice to have it there.
That's funny. So tell me what happened next for you as far as your career and how you got to where you are now.
Well, I was so fortunate to be able to be on some really wonderful shows very early on. Right out of high school, I got a job as a sideline musician on Fame, on the television
Oh,
show Fame, and was able to, write some music for the cast members as well, some songs. And so that was really my first foray into writing.
amazing.
And I went on the road with several different artists. George Howard was one that I just loved, and he was, he's sadly no longer alive, but he had an amazing group, kind of a R&B. I guess you'd call it smooth jazz now, but at
Okay.
the time it was kind of R&B funk. Um, and I was in his band, and we opened for Whitney Houston on her first tour, and had some really amazing experiences with him. And then, of course, I did a gazillion gigs in,
I
during
bet.
that whole time, everything from, I mean, just playing everywhere I could, playing with everyone I could. I got hired to play on the Arsenio Hall show
I
in
saw that.
1989, and I did that for 6 years. And what was so great about that show, in addition to it just being, wonderful experience, being able to play with, so many of my heroes, and
So
jam with
cool.
just such a wonderful band. And Arsenio was a great boss, and just,
Great.
it was wonderful. But it also allowed me to stay in town rather than going on the road. And
Mhm.
um, I
Good.
I um, I got a kind of I guess you would call him a mentor. At the time, he wasn't really a mentor. He hired me to work on one of his shows, but he knew that he was really helping me and giving me a chance. And he was a very busy
Who was
television.
that? Uh, our,
Mike Post.
oh, Mike Post. Okay.
Mike Post, just a very busy, successful television writer, and he had
Mhm.
several people on his team, and he hired me to be on his team, and really gave me a shot at writing for an orchestra
Amazing.
every week. So I owe a lot to him. He was really wonderful to me, and that both I think Arsenio as a performer, and Mike Post, as a, I guess, a mentor, and somebody who got me into writing for picture, really
I
helped.
love it.
Yeah.
Have you been out in California most of your life?
Yep. All my life.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I went to high school for a year in Michigan at
Hmm.
Interlochen, which was, I just lived away from home for a year.
Yeah. And Fame was that shot in Manhattan or is that done here?
That was done here.
Okay.
I was done at Sony. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool. And what are you up to now as far as your career and what you're doing?
Well, it's so funny. I mean, I have always wanted to find ways to continue to be an artist and a performer as well as a composer.
Nice.
And so I'm continuing that. I'm a Steinway artist. I do piano, solo piano albums. I'm working on an Apple TV show right now.
Oh, good.
I'm really excited about. I did a couple of indie films in over the pandemic.
Hmm.
Um,
That's good.
yeah, I'm working on another album and as well. And I've been the president of the Alliance for Women Film Composers for the past 2 years,
Saw that.
and really that's just been so gratifying. I've met the most amazing women, and it's something that I feel really passionate about. I have an amazing team that we all work together to create education opportunities, professional development, networking, mentorship.
Amazing.
So we're doing a lot, and I'm really proud of the work that we're doing.
I
And
went to an event a couple years ago because I met somebody at Women in Film, Erin Desi. Do you know Erin?
I don't.
She doesn't she doesn't spell it the usual name of Erin. Um, and I went to the Women in Film event. I think I met her. Then she invited me to a composer event in LA, and it was amazing. And they were showing different films and bringing up the different composers that had scored for those films.
Yeah, that's so cool. Women in Film has been a great partner. We work with a lot of organizations, and kind of co-do events together and stuff.
Mhm.
And Women in Film is just amazing. And
Yeah.
obviously the Women's International Music Network, the women,
Oh yes, Laura B. Whitmer's.
Laura Whitmore, Bonnie, they
Yeah,
are just crazy amazing. And what they're doing is just amazing as well.
I know. I just spoke to her yesterday. I just posted our conversation, and I told her I can't believe. I mean, every year she hits it out of the park with the She Rocks. And this year, to continue to bring this to people, because we all need something, and I'm so glad they did this online. It's going to be outstanding tomorrow night.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I feel the same. I mean, it's amazing, what they've pulled together, and
Mhm.
the incredible group they've pulled together, and they just blow me away.
Right. They really do. I was telling her and other people, there's a flip side to this pandemic, and that, normally I would talk to you for probably 3 minutes on the red carpet, Star, and then that would probably be it. And I might see you inside at the event, but I've I've made it my goal to connect with people face to face. So instead of just doing the radio show, I decided to do it on camera because it gives us an opportunity to connect because we're so disconnected,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, no, I feel the same. I guess there's always some kind of a silver lining. I mean, I obviously wish there was no pandemic,
Oh, of
you know,
course. Of course.
but I feel like I've connected with people in a really meaningful way,
Mhm.
over Zoom. And sometimes, like you're saying, you get a chance to talk with people for longer, and you get
Right.
to really know people. And I think that there's some really deep relationships that I know that I've been developing, and I'm pretty sure a
Mm.
lot of people have, you
Yeah.
know.
I call it the time to redefine humanity. Like, I
Yeah.
think we were taking it for granted, like connecting, really connecting with people. Um, so it's been an interesting time. What were you do you performing tomorrow night at all? Are you
Yes, yes.
okay?
Yes, I'm doing a song. And obviously there's just some amazing performers that I can't wait to see. Nancy Wilson, and I'm not sure who all is performing. I know a lot of amazing performers are being honored,
Right.
but I'm doing a song that I wrote with my daughter, and
Oh,
she's a singer songwriter, and she's a really amazing. She's 17. Her name's Isolde Fair, and so they asked us to do a song together. So it's kind of a mother daughter thing.
I love it.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm excited about it.
Oh, it's so wonderful. I want to read off the honorees, and it's on the She Rocks Awards site. Let's see. Yeah, sherocksawards.com. Let me get to here because for people that don't know, because I know people can still RSVP for tomorrow night. It starts
Right.
Friday the 22nd. Virtual red carpet is at 5 o'clock Pacific time, 8 o'clock Eastern time. Pre-show is 6 o'clock Pacific time, 9 o'clock Eastern time. Awards begin at 6:30, and there's a silent auction. I don't see the list. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Here it is. I found it. I found it.
I know most of the honorees, but it's better probably if you read everybody's name so nobody gets left out.
I know. Okay, got it. Nancy Wilson of Heart, Amy Lee of Evanescence, Cherie Curry, Cindy Blackman Santana, The Go Go's, Margaret Cho, you, Sean Hennessy, and I don't know how to pronounce her last name, Minicelli?
Mincelli, yeah,
Mincelli, excuse me. Gwen Bethel Riley, Kim Warnick, opening act Magnolia Boulevard.
pretty awesome.
Ah, I can't wait.
Yeah, I mean, imagine if this was in person though.
Oh,
Makes me go crazy, but because it would be so much fun.
I know. I know. Anything else you'd like to leave the viewers with? Maybe even some advice to people that are musicians and they're feeling kind of down in the pandemic.
Yeah, well, I mean that can be because our whole, our whole ground has been taken
I
away from us,
know. Right.
and it's been very difficult. But I would just say, I feel like music is such a journey,
Mhm.
and every time anyone thinks that they're there, the there part moves.
Right.
you know? And so I just feel like, constantly being open, saying yes to possibilities that might not seem, that might seem to come out of nowhere, but sometimes can turn into really special, miraculous things, are a good way to continue to look at life, and that's how I've been just trying to, look at life that way.
Yeah,
and to come from a place of gratitude and love with, with everything.
I love that. And also, it's never too late to pick up an instrument, no matter how old you are,
That is
especially right
so
now.
That is so true. And I have, friends and people I know that started playing piano and playing different instruments, well into their 30s, even into their 40s. I mean, you could pick up an instrument at 70 or
Yes,
80,
you
and
can.
it would reconnect synapses in your brain, and
Right.
it would give you so much joy. And you may have a hidden talent. So I love that you said that, because I think we're so conditioned to think that everyone has to be like a savant, and pick up
Right.
something at 5 years old, and
Yes.
and that's not true.
Yes. And a lot of times, and this has happened to me, like life takes over and you just start focusing on other things and you keep thinking, oh, I really want to play guitar, but I can't make the time, or you don't know. And then you think, oh, it's too late. Who am I kidding? But it's really not too late. And it can bring you such a great mental vacation, you know,
Yeah, and it brings other people joy too. Yeah.
definitely.
So yes, great point.
Where can people find out more about you?
You can go to my website, which is Starr Parodi, and stars with two R's. So
Okay,
StarrParodi.com. And you can listen to a lot of my music there, and
good.
see some fun pictures, and read some blogs that I've written about the piano, and all kinds of stuff.
All right, great. And I can't wait to see you perform.
Thank you so much. And I'm just so happy to meet you, even this way.
Oh,
Hope we
you
can.
too. You too. And one of these days it'll be in person.
Yes, for sure.
Okay.
All
All
right.
right. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much for having me on your show.
My pleasure.